Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's a watch along for Spurs against Brighton. I got a confession to make in 1 minute. Before we do that, I just want to say a massive hello to everyone in the live chat and make sure that everything's up and running on my side of things. Make sure everything is hunky-dory, and if so, then I'll be able to rock and roll and crack on with the show. Anyway, it should be okay. But how you all doing in the live chat? Let me know. Thank you very much for joining me. Watch the Brentford Fulham game earlier. My word, that's the worst game of football I've seen for a while. That was incredibly boring. It was crap. And then I watched the first half hour of Leeds Wolves, but it was a bit uncompetitive, so I switched over to the Newcastle game, which was a decent game actually. Big win for Brentford. And now we're on to this game. I got a confession. Chat. Tartan Geo subscribers. I'm an addict. I'm addicted to Spurs getting beat. And I'm here for my latest hit. I need a Spurs defeat like it's cocaine. That's what I need, whether I need to snort it or anything. I need it. Anyway, how you all doing? I'll be honest with you. To be honest with you, pretty nervous. I'm really nervous for this match. I don't normally get nervous for other teams' games. I sometimes look forward to them, like Man City, Arsenal. I say I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it's going to be very entertaining. I'm looking forward to it because I think Man City are going to win. But I've got no nerves at all. Even if Arsenal win, whilst I don't want Arsenal to win, I'm not that arsed, right? I'll get over it. I say get over it. There's nothing to get over. But this game, I am nervous. Anyway, that's Leeds United safe in the Premier League. 39 points for Leeds United now. Wolves are next up for Spurs. And if Spurs win tonight, Wolves are officially relegated to the Championship. Whilst we all know they're going down, it would be official tonight. Wolves are next up for Spurs. Anyway, just want to say a massive thank you to Quiz, who's kindly put £5 into the super chat. Into the live chat, and he said, insert seagull emoji here. And other people were putting in emojis of chickens and whatnot. So thank you very much. How are you all feeling though? Let's see what you're saying in the live chat. We've got 10 minutes till kick off. The teams are on your screen now. Back four for Brighton, unchanged for Brighton actually. Weaver, Van Heck, Boscagli at the back because Dunk is suspended. Kaggioglu at left back, Ayari and Gross in the middle. And then they've got Gomez, Minte on the wings with Hinshelwood in number 10 and Danny Welbeck up front. A couple of changes for Spurs though. Kinski's still in goal. I'm going to do this from memory because it's not showing me the Spurs team just yet. Let's just do it from memory. Porto at the back with Danso and Van de Ven centre back. Udogie left back. In midfield it looks like Bentancur and Bissouma with Gallagher expected to be slightly advanced of the three. And then they've got Xavi on the left, Mwani on the right, and Solanke up front. But the big news for Spurs, James Maddison is on the bench for them tonight. A welcome return. They've certainly been missing any form of creativity of late. So Maddison back is a huge, huge boost. Right, let me just... I forgot to complain about this logging out, logging in thing. So let me just quickly do that, and then I should be able to click on some comments, and let's rock and roll. Spiderweb saying 3-0, the most dangerous scoreline. Feels like a very long time since been able to say that and only half be joking. That's not the right thing. Oh my God, this is... stressful. Now I know. Sorry, everyone. There we go. I was thinking, what's going on? That's a West Ham comment. That's why. Now I've got my Tartan Geo comments up. Quite saying, obviously, don't want Spurs to win to get any points, but also really don't want them to have any momentum going into their game against Wolves. Completely agree with that one. Dan says, inject those Spurs tears into my veins. Infinitely saying, feel nervous. Whatever Spurs get, we need to beat it Monday night to help build the gap. Stuart is a Villa fan. He said Spurs are getting done today and they will be lucky to get a point from the remaining games and they are going down up the Villa. Stuart, we're going to need you, well, not you, but we're going to need Villa to do us a favour, especially considering you play Spurs in between the Europa League semi-finals. And that's what makes me a little bit nervous, because I think Brighton will win tonight. Okay, I still think Brighton's going to win. However, if I look ahead at Spurs' fixtures, they're playing Wolves, and then they play Villa in between the Europa League semi-finals. They play Leeds United, who are pretty much safe now. And if Leeds beat Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final, they play Leeds on a Monday night. And on the Saturday, Leeds play the FA Cup final. So you'd expect a rotated Leeds team. And then Wolves are... Well, they've just conceded 7 goals in the last 2 games to West Ham and Leeds. I think it's fair to assume, regardless of what happens tonight, I think it's fair to assume Spurs may win next weekend. And that's got to be the assumption for my team, West Ham. We've got to assume Spurs are going to win. I just pray Brighton win and we win, 5-point gap, and it allows us to have a bad weekend where Spurs win and we lose and we stay 2 points ahead of them. Obviously, hopefully that won't be the following weekend, but... Right, come on, Brighton. Scott feels nervous. We need to be like Leeds today and want it more than Palace, which surely we will. That should get us the win. Bob saying we're all Seagulls tonight. Pete's got a big bag of chips waiting to feed the Seagulls. Don't do that in Aberdeen. They attack you. They've got a little bit of... They're massive. You ain't seen a seagull till you've been to Aberdeen. Those seagulls are on steroids, and they will actually swoop down and nick the food off you. Hardy said, I don't know why I've got a negative feeling now. Even till last weekend, I felt like we were staying up. Yeah, I think everyone's got a negative feeling. I think everyone's got a bit of worry. I'm just trying to allow my Brighton bias to override my fear of Spurs turning their form around. That's what I'm doing, Harry. Because Brighton are 6 points behind Liverpool right now. Brighton have got a chance of Champions League football this season. So we're not hoping for a team that's got nothing to play for, or we're not hoping for a team out of form to turn up. Brighton are second in the form table, 6 points off a Champions League spot. They've got all the motivation, all the form, everything you need to win a game of football. Brighton have got it right now. And I think that's probably what is making us all worried. I think it just feels like surely they can't continue this good form, and surely Spurs will win a game eventually, even if you're just down to law of averages. We're in the middle of April, and they've not won a league game in 2026 yet. We just got to pray it's not this. If they beat Wolves next week, as long as they lose tonight and we beat Palace, I won't be that bothered. Lewis says it feels massive. If they win, they probably also beat Wolves and push us to the wire. If they lose, I think we are safe. I think we've still got to win on Monday night, Lewis. I think if they lose and we lose, I think, well, we're back to where we are today, aren't we? Infinitely saying need Burnley to do us a favour and get something from Forest tomorrow. Spurs probably will be supporting Burnley too. Nick is utterly convinced Spurs will stay up. My brain just won't allow me to even remotely believe they will go down, even though all the data says the opposite. Well, that's not good, Nick, because I feel like it's between us and them, really. We've got a Palace fan saying you're not beating us on Monday. Don't know. I'm still feeling optimistic, I'll be honest with you. I think Glasner's press conference was encouraging from my perspective, because he said, if a player's not 100% fit, I won't play him. I don't need to play him, basically, which is good. And that would indicate that he's probably not going to take a gamble on Lacroix or Wharton. And I think Mateta will be okay, though. But I know he had his ice pack around his knee, but he's always been like that. That knee stopped him getting a move to Italy. Charles saying Wolves look done, so I don't expect them to take points off the others. I agree with Charles. I think you've got to assume Spurs beat them next Saturday, and I don't think, even if Spurs get beat tonight, I don't think it's a ridiculous suggestion that they would beat Wolves next weekend. I would expect them to. We've got to assume that. Fulham saying it's a must-win game for Brighton. Absolutely. Lewis is saying, I get what you're saying, but one win could change their ability to win other games for the rest of the season. The longer the streak goes on, the harder it seems. I agree. I agree with that, but I do think Wolves is the perfect opponent for them next week. The absolute perfect opponent. Jazza reckons we're going to do it the West Ham way. 85th minute Suchet winner against Leeds to keep us up after going a goal down. Oh, hell. Well, that will end me. I think I'll have a heart attack if that's what it's going to take and that's what happens. Daniel saying, 4 from 5, Brighton welcome De Zerbi. It's Spurs going down. Connor saying we absolutely need to be 5 points clear. Spurs rely on Brighton, beat Palace. I like it. Trundle saying we'll be fine at centre-back, but we'll miss Wharton for sure. I'm still hopeful. I don't think unless my score prediction's 2-1, I'm not predicting we're going to batter you or nothing, but I'm feeling optimistic. Gary saying probably our most important game of the season thus far. We've got a Leeds United fan saying you think we're safe. I've thought you were safe for a while, but mathematically, no, but probability, yeah, absolutely. Harvey saying, I feel like if Spurs win this game, then they have Wolves, which are guaranteed win, pretty much. And I don't feel like we will beat Palace. Sorry for being negative. Never apologise for being negative. Always just be honest. If it's positive, brilliant. If it's negative, not really your fault. Scott saying, teams don't want to lose to Spurs because they're a laughing stock at the moment. It's almost looked as embarrassing. So all teams want to try and beat them. There is a bit of that, but I like how you're suggesting that a team bottom of the league would be embarrassed to lose the game against Spurs. Brilliant. Nick agrees with me that's between us and Spurs, and he's thought that for a while. We will be the final team to be relegated, says Nick. I think this weekend's going to have a big say, Nick. Anyway, the teams are coming out at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at the minute. They're certainly waving their flags around, but they did this before they played Nottingham Forest and they went on to get beat 3-0. So I'm going to pay little attention to the flags. I'll tell you what, though, if you're a Spurs fan, you've got one of them flags, take it home with you. Because if you get beat, stick it up on eBay and loads of actually, I always say loads of non-Spurs fans will buy it. Probably not, but one or two would. I think I might get it. I think I might buy one. So if they do get relegated, I can just sit here waving it around. Then I'll put it in the bin. Chris, thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Very kind. Thanks for the support of the channel. There's no adverts on the video during the live stream. Thanks to the support in the live chat. Just reading out the teams at the minute for Spurs and Brighton. Ryan, am I going to get shirts and loads of stuff? No, Ryan. I'm saving up for some shelves, which will go over that side. About here onwards, I'm going to get some shelves. And then there's going to be one signed, one frame shirt here. And that's about it at the minute. I'm not going to go too overkill with it. But I'm going to get a bookcase / shelving unit. But the only one I like so far is quite pricey. So I'm just going to begin saving up for it. So I can get rid of this. The black ones are here that have been in the background for ages. They're still here for now. But I want to get rid of them. But I'm patient. I'm not in a rush. Oh, fucking hell. Right, a minute till kick-off. I am nervous. I'm really nervous. I'll tell you what we need. An early goal from Brighton. I'm feeling it. Danny Welbeck and Hinshelwood. I'm feeling those two scoring today. Especially Hinshelwood. I've been saying for a couple of weeks now he's going to bag a goal. To be fair, he's been unlucky in recent weeks. I think he's been playing quite well in this role. I quite like him in it. I think he's a really good player. I think he's very underrated, Hinshelwood. Can certainly do a job in various different positions for Brighton. So I'm hoping he finally gets on the score sheet today. And it's decisive. But I think it's important that Brighton come out and start fast. Spurs will have a bit of enthusiasm, a bit of energy, some atmosphere. I've got no audio, so I can't hear it. So I'm assuming there's a bit of atmosphere going on in this Tottenham Stadium. But if Welbeck or a other Brighton player can score, I think it might just quiet things down a little bit. And if they can make it 2-0 in the first half, I think that would just kill it. I think the boos would start. Right, Brighton, please. Kickoff might be underway. I'll be a little bit behind because I'm watching it on Sky Go, so I apologise. But I'm doing my best. The TV will come after the shelving unit. Don't know where I'm going to put it. I will get it. I will get a telly in here. That wall would make sense, but the problem is it's got built-in wardrobes, which they're not very useful in this room. It's where all the... Oh, shit, my clock. They don't... I'm telling you, they don't give you a heads up anymore. Right, here we go. Kick off. Brighton will get the game underway at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And we are underway. And it goes all the way back to the keeper, who goes long immediately. And it's straight out for a throw-in to Spurs over on the side. Right, come on, Brighton. Hang on. Got something on my screen. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think Romero missing for Spurs is a blessing in disguise for them, actually. He's a bit of a liability, isn't he? Especially for just picking up cards. But you always feel like when he's on the booking, he's capable of getting a red one. And I don't think his performances have been that great anyway. So, and I'm a fan of Danso. I think Danso's played well when the other two have been out. I think Danso's played well. I like him as a centre-back. There's been a lot of questions over how many Spurs players will be up for a relegation battle. But actually, I think Romero's just up for it. But the problem is, I think he's almost just up for it too much to some extent. Brighton just playing around at the back at the minute. Basuma's quite high up the pitch here, so it'll be interesting to have a little look and see how Spurs are lining up as Gomez loses out to Udogie and fouls him and takes his boot off. He's a funny footballer, Gomez. I think part of his games, I think, are really good. But other parts of his game, I think, are really poor. I don't think he's very average at many things. He's just either excellent or poor. Basuma's back into that deeper position currently, but I think it looks like a bit of a flat three in the middle for Spurs at the minute with Gallagher, Bentancur and Basuma. Pellegrini a little bit deeper out the three, but Gallagher to the right and Basuma to the left. As Udogie comes down the left, but smothered by Verbruggen in the Brighton box. Right, Mint is on the ball, does a 1-2, he's away, and he gets brought down by Danso. That's got to be a booking. That's got to be a booking. That's got to be a yellow card. This referee's bottled it. He's absolutely bottled it. That's a yellow card. It's purely because it's inside 3 minutes. That's the only reason that is not a yellow card. That's a booking. That is an absolute... Piss off, man. Danso's been... He's got away with one there. I've done a bet on Hinshelwood to have 2 shots on target, but I might go bet Danso to get booked because he's going to be on the radar after that. Gary's saying his missus works in a school. He knows how much of a tight arse I am, like him. Do I know she qualifies for the blue light card? Yeah, she does. Yeah, she's got it. Some of it's a bit of a pain in the arse, though. You've got to properly jump through hoops to actually get the discount. Let me have a little look and see what the odds on Danso are. I imagine not great, especially after that early foul. Anyway, the referee, Stuart Atwell, I recognise him a mile away for Pete. Let's have a look. Let's go on Denise's website and see what she's got for Danso. 21-10, no thanks. And let's have a look at Paddy. And 5-2. I'll leave it for now. Fraser pays? Flipping Fraser pays. There's no bet giveaway here. Jesus. This channel does not earn enough money for me to be doing bet giveaways, I'm afraid, West Irons. Tell you what, if Hinshelwood gets 2 shots on target, I'll do a bet giveaway next weekend. Cross from your doggy, put behind. No, it's not. Weaver's kept it in. And Gomez just thumps it down the middle of the pitch. Been quite a sort of scrappy match so far. No team, neither of them are really sort of getting their foot on the ball and starting to move the ball great just yet. As Kinski goes long, and it's out of play, throw in to Brighton. Come on. Five and a half minutes in, neither keeper have had anything to do yet. That is poor. Buscagli just playing it out for Pascal Gross, but way too much on it. There was no need to put it on that much either. Paul saying he saw the Spurs players arriving at the stadium looked like they were attending a funeral. It did. I seen a little clip of it. I didn't see all the players. I only seen 3 or 4 of them. One of them was Gallagher anyway. But they certainly looked a bit miserable, didn't they? Gomez with another foul committed. Avid saying Spurs have got the tails up, but Brighton are dealing with it so far. The longer to keep Spurs out, the more nervous they'll get. A bit like Sunderland last week. I thought they started okay away to Sunderland. The first 10 minutes, I thought Spurs had a bit of enthusiasm and they had a couple of efforts at goal, but it soon dwindled as Weaver brings Xavi down. Harry said, there's no adverts. There's no adverts, Harry. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And hopefully it helps grow my channel. That's all. And hopefully some people watching the game enjoy doing the watch along, chatting to other people in the live chat. That's why I'm doing it. This is definitely not a financial decision to do this game. Barry saying, would you be happy at a funeral? No, that's the point, but it depends whose funeral. Forgive me if I turn up to the mother-in-law's funeral smiling. Anyway, it looks like Gomez is going to be in the yellow card. Going to get a booking here. It's 3 fouls in 8 minutes. He probably deserves a booking. Dan, my screen time is very accurate. Maybe a couple of seconds off, but it's not far off. It looks like he's going to have a word with Weaver at the minute just to calm him down. Xavi's trying to get him in the book, and he's maybe just done that. A bit silly from Weaver. He's reacting to Xavi. It's not what you want to do when you're getting told by the referee to calm things down a little bit. He's a bit lucky there, Weaver, watching that foul on the replay. He is a bit fortunate not to get booked for that. They take the free kick. You doggy's done really well. He's gone down. Could be a penalty. The referee said no for now, but he's certainly got the goal side of Minty there. It'd be interesting to have a look at that one. As it's Moane and he boots Kakioglu and gives away the free kick. And we're going to get a replay of this potential penalty. Nah, not a penalty for me. I don't think that's a penalty. You might be offside anyway. Just looking at it, I don't see much contact. I'm surprised you didn't give it in real time. I'm not seeing much contact there. It looks like Udogie runs in front of him and puts the brakes on. I think that's one of them where the attacker's just looking for the pen. I think it's one of them. The VAR just doesn't get involved. I think if he'd given the pen, I don't think they would have said overturn that. I think they would have just left it. The Spurs lineup, that thing should be rotating. Let me just move it to the Spurs lineup for you. It should be rotating, but there you go. The Spurs lineup's on the screen now for those asking. A lot of fouls in this game so far. Basuma now conceding a free kick, which we're 11 minutes in. I feel like we've had a lot of fouls already. Quite niggly ones as well. Atwell's done well. I will say this actually. Whilst I thought Danso should have got booked, he was fair there when Weaver done that foul. He said, all right, I've let you away with one. I'm letting you away with one. So both teams have got away with a booking now. So I think the next one's whoever commits another foul that's borderline yellow card, I think they're going to get one. These cards are going to be out. Anyway, 11.5 minutes gone now. Still Spurs 0, Brighton 0. Neither keeper having to make a save yet. Minty doing a 1-2. Danso brings him down again, but the referee doesn't give it on this occasion. He's going to have to be careful of the Spurs centre-back. Minty's now getting stuck in. Good play there as he gives it to Welbeck. Oh, and the ball to Minty was on, but he's missed him. Harry's asking if he's the only one nervous. You were not here for the build-up to the show, but your answer is no. Rocky, is my missus cooking my dinner? No, she's making it now because of Grace. So they're having their tea now, and I'll just sort something out for myself later if I can be arsed. That's how committed I am to you lot. Eh? I said, don't worry about me. And she said, okay. She didn't need persuading. Chris, thank you very much for the support. Thank you for the $5. Same shelf fund. Thank you. It is kind. Welbeck gives it to Pascal Gross, who's coming forward here. Minty's on the left. It's not a great ball out to him, and Porter gets a tackle in. Throw in to Spurs. Brighton not started very well at all. They barely got inside the Spurs third at present. Playing with a bit of confidence, I think, today, Spurs. I think they've got a bit of enthusiasm about them as well. They don't look like a team in the bottom three currently, as Udogie puts a cross in, takes a deflection, it falls from Moane, but he couldn't get it under control, luckily. And he lets it run out for a corner kick to Spurs. Come on, Brighton, for God's sake. Xavi's going to take this corner over on the right-hand side. And it comes... It's right for Bentancur, but Moani, really stupid, just blocking Weaver at the back post. There was no need to do that. He was absolute dog shit at the Stadium of Light last week. Moani was. Free kick for Brighton inside their own box. They're just pushing the players up at the minute. Weddle likes Weaver, but in midfield, yeah, I think he's been all right in midfield for Brighton, but he's not been played there very much. But at right back, I think he absolutely stinks. When we ranked off right backs a few weeks ago, he was quite low down my list, if I'm honest with you, Weddle. Not a fan of him in that position. All boxed up, here he is, a Leeds United fan. Not the only Leeds United fan either. Thank you for the support. Very kind of you saying today is Leeds. Well, that's not how they say it. Leeds. Thank you very much. I bet you are absolutely buzzed. I can understand why. Good win. I watched the first half an hour of your match, but you were 2-0 up. You had about 10 shots. Wolves hadn't got out their half, so I just gave up and I put the Newcastle game on. Scagli into Gross, Caglioglu. I tell you what, Spurs are up for this. Spurs are right up for this, I think. They are against Sunderland last week. I thought they were losing every second ball. Spurs. It was very easy for the Sunderland midfield. But today I feel like they're a bit more aggressive. I think there's a lot more energy about them, a bit more belief. They're quicker to the ball. I hate to say it, but I think so far Spurs have looked good. And Solanke does well there to give it to Bissouma. A really poor ball for Gallagher, but Van Heck tried to intercept it and ended up putting out for a corner. Gomez is down and he looks in some pain at the minute. Whatever happened to him? Went ahead. He landed on that left foot, heavy from quite a height, and his ankle buckled. And he looks in serious pain. I mean, physio's taking a minute to get on here, but he looks like he's in pain. Twisted his ankle. Brighton may be forced into a sub here, and it might not be a bad thing for the game if Matoma comes on, puts Minte over on that right-hand side, and puts Matoma on that left-hand side. It might actually improve Brighton. We'll see. Stanley watches 3 to 5 videos a week. No other fan channels. I watch as much as that, just me and Connor. Stanley, thank you. That's very, very kind. I always get a little bit, I don't know what the word is, overwhelmed when a non-West Ham fan watches my videos that much, so thank you. Ryan saying his nan's had a takeaway and the delivery driver spoke West Ham, showed his tattoo, came in, the old badge on his fist. What, the entire badge? Surely just a crossed hammers. He came in and had to look at his collection. Good, loved that. Avid saying Spurs are up for it, but they've been blunt up front. David saying, can I shoot you an email? Yeah, you can, David. geomackeyvideos@gmail.com. The email address is in the description of the video, but my name, sorry to be patronising, but my name's spelled with an E. A lot of people think it's G-I-O as in Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, but it's Geo, Mackey, M-A-C-K-I-E, videos@gmail.com. Just fire it over now, and if you want, just say when you've sent it, and I'll tell you whether I've got it or not. Dean saying, I think Cow's in big trouble. I think he'll go at the end of the season. Majority side of the family are reluctant to admit it, but they think his time's up. Yeah, I think I felt like that for a little while on this channel, Dean, that it feels a bit stale is the word I've been using, and I think it's a fair word to use. Anyway, Gomez is going off, and Matoma is coming on. Might be a good sub for this in regards to just switching the game up and injecting a bit of something. Not quite been on it, Matoma. I appreciate that he's been injured a lot, but he's not quite been hitting heights this season. Pinks has a bad feeling that Spurs might win. Edmund saying no one thinks I'm Italian. You were wrong about that. You were wrong about that one. I used it a lot when I was younger. And it comes from Porto. A corner comes in from Porto. Headed away. Falls to Xavi. Deflected by Matoma. And it's out for another corner kick to Spurs. Nowhere near going in, really. But one of those ones that just sort of trickles towards that far post and keeper struggles to get across it after it changed direction. But he had it covered, maybe not, actually. Decent enough effort by Xavi. He was certainly going to be on target, but deflection just puts spin on the ball. Another corner kick to Spurs. Porto to take this one as well. It's deep. Headed back in by Bentancur. Headed away by Welbeck. Overhead kick by Gallagher, and it's Mwane, but it's well over the bar, and it's a goal kick to Brighton. And Spurs will be encouraged with this. They will be encouraged. Liam said he sent me an email about a shirt. Yeah, I've got it. Don't worry, Liam, all in hand. It's going away next week. I had to send a couple today. We lost our business account with the Royal Mail because I moved house. So it's caused problems. Infinitely saying Brighton need to hang in there. Spurs looking positive. Just need to get through it and hopefully nick one at the other end. It could do with just creating a bloody chance. I think Matoma coming on should help. And Minty on the right will add a little bit of direct pace down that side. And they're looking for Minty up against Udogie, who will go forward. So it may leave a little bit of space in behind the Spurs fullback for Minty to get in there. As Hinshelwood tries to cross it, deflected, and Brighton have, I think, their first corner of the afternoon. Hopefully Van Eyck can get his head on this. Well, actually, I mean, I'd like Hinshelwood to get his head on it, you know, but... Come on, Brighton. Van Eyck being marked by Gallagher. As Minty will take it. And it comes. It's deep. It's a terrible corner. Straight out for a goal kick on the opposite side. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Lewis saying the Spurs defence will fold like a deck of cards. Yeah. Hopefully. Miles saying the Brighton manager does not look happy, and Dennis saying if Brighton go first, can't see Spurs come back. I'm like that as well, Dennis. I agree with you. But my word, they need to up their game if they're going to win here. As Spurs are on the move once again, keeping the ball in a comfortable area of the pitch currently with Danso on it. Graham saying Brighton look off the pace right now, but hopefully they get better soon. Let's hope Spurs heads drop as the game progresses. Mike is saying, does a draw do anything for us? Yeah, definitely. I think it does. Obviously, it's not as good as Brighton winning, but yeah, they'd remain behind us, and we'd have got a game in hand. I think that's a great position to be in. We'd have to capitalise on it. I think a draw is good provisionally by Kerr, but if we win and they draw, I think it's a decent result for us. It means that we can have a bad weekend and still stay at the bottom three. Looking for Matoma, but it's intercepted there. But the battling away for Caglioglu gives it to Gross Welbeck. Looks for Hinshelwood, but couldn't find him. I don't think Hinshelwood's touched the ball. Actually won that corner. Apart from that, I don't think he's touched the ball. Come on, son. I need you to just 2 shots on target. They do have Costoulas on the bench today, though, Brighton. I do like the look of him. Definitely got a little bit of the X factor. And why didn't he turn? Why didn't Gross turn there? Mitoma gave it to him. Had he turned, he was facing the Spurs defence. He had loads of room. He just didn't realise. Anyway, he gave it back to Mitoma. He went down that left-hand side and got a corner. Mitoma's he's definitely got the ability to make a difference for Brighton today. Anyway, Brighton with another corner. We're having a word with Van Heck. Gallagher trying to get to Van Heck as Pascal Gross will whip this one in. Oh, sure, it'll be better than the last one. And it goes right to Papa. It's a really good corner. I like corners like that. I think that was a great corner by Pascal Gross. Right under the crossbar. Kinski did really, really well. He did fantastic to get his hands on that because Weaver and Van Heck were there. He was under severe pressure. If that was Vicario in goal, that's 1-0 Brighton. Great goalkeeping. Beautiful delivery by Pascal Gross there. Anyway, Weaver shall take the resulting throw. It's taking a minute. Does a quick 1-2 with Hinshelwood. Puts the ball in the box. Oh, it's headed away by Danso. He's absolutely smashed into Albeck, who's slowly peeling himself off the floor. As Pascalgi gives it away, it goes to Mwani. He looked offside, but Cagliogo got there anyway and goes back to his keeper. He goes long. Oh, Hinshelwood was chasing it, and the flag stayed down. Minte heads it towards Danny Welbeck, but Basuma intercepts it. And he's doubled up on there. Minte pinches it off him. Out on this right-hand side. Come on. Come on, Brighton. There you go. Minte's cutting in. He puts a cross in. Blocked by Bentancur. Minte gets another nibble at it. It's still Minte. Oh. Come on. That's better. Yadi committing the foul there just outside the Spurs area. He's getting a bit frustrated with his attackers. Well, Darren's possibly been proven right already, which is that Brighton will grow into the game as Spurs run out of initial fizz. I think they've grown into it in the last few minutes anyway. Yeah, I agree with third man, which is warming up. The game's warming up a bit. A couple of quick corners. A couple of corners for Brighton in quick succession and a really good delivery. But here comes Spurs now. Gallagher. It's still Gallagher and it's blocked and behind for a corner kick to Spurs. "28 minutes gone now. Spurs 0, Brighton 0. Neither team really testing the keeper yet. The most the Brighton keepers had to do is pick it up and enter his box, and the most that the Spurs keepers had to do is just to palm away a corner. Anyway, Xavi will take the Spurs corner from this right-hand side. He goes short to Porto, changing the angle for the cross. It's a terrible, well, it's not a great one. Van der Ven does well to bring it down, and he ends up fouling. Weaver pinched the ball off him. That's a bad ball in there by Pedro Porto. Free kick to Brighton on the edge of their box. Ryan saying 1,000 people watching. Is there? That's very nice. There is actually. Yeah, there is 1,000 of you. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe if you're new. Drop a like on the video, as Ryan suggests, by clicking thumbs up button. Both things are free. It takes 2 seconds. Helps out the channel. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. Harry, her name, I think, is Abby. The blonde from TalkSport. I'm sure her name's Abby. William is in Tenerife. Was in a bar full of Leeds earlier. They were all saying, as well as some Geordies, they want Spurs to be relegated and want us to stay up. Love that. I do genuinely think that. I do think a lot of people want Spurs to go down. Anyway, Van Heck strolling forward here. He's done really well. Good ball by Hinshelwood to Minty. Pick him out. He had 3 players to aim for, and he's put between all 3 of them, Minty. Great tackle there, though. And Brighton come again. Hinshelwood, he's only got Welbeck up there with him, so he goes back to Pascal Gross. Perhaps not the worst decision. As they build up again with Weaver. Come on, Brighton. They are growing into the game in the last few minutes now, Brighton. Minty just needs to polish up that delivery. Got players in the box. Hinshelwood and Welbeck in there. This is why I like Hinshelwood. Gets in good areas. Minty puts a cross in. Away by Danso. Ayari will challenge for it, but Basuma wins it. Spurs under pressure here. They've just cleared it, and there's no one there. So Brighton pick it up easily enough and come back again. Come on, Brighton. Time to turn the screw, up the tempo. Get Matoma on the ball. He's on it in a minute. We need to see him on it more often. Get him running at Pedro Porro. Pascal Gross on the ball currently. Just gives it out to Matoma on this left-hand side. He's opted against... Well, he's up against Mwani at the minute, but he's gone backwards. Come on. Buscagli to Van Eyck. Minty's in plenty of space out in this right. Just need to speed up the pass, I think. Van Eyck took a couple of seconds there. Didn't really need to. I think there was an opportunity to just move the ball a bit quicker. But anyway, Ayari's cross was blocked by Basuma, and it's a corner kick. Unfortunately, it's on the side where Minty took the previous one and it went straight out in the opposite side. So hopefully an improved corner from him this time round. Come on, Minty. Whip this one in good. Van Heck and Weaver at that back post again. Get it to that back post and you got a chance. In it goes by Minty. Oh, it's cleared away. They put it straight back out to him, though. He has Pascal Gross there. Opts against it. He sends it in again. It's a good ball. Down to Welbeck. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, fuck. Fuck's sake. Well, he was offside anyway. Hinshelwood. My boy, Hinshelwood. Hey. Let's have a look at the replay. It was a decent ball in by Minty, I will say that. His deliveries haven't been great, but that was good. He's well onside initially, so Hinshelwood's onside. Heads it down. Welbeck's onside, and it looks like the Spurs player kicks it off the post. Looks like Van de Ven hits the post. Yeah, it is. Van de Ven's the one that kicks off the post. He was onside, so the linesman's got it completely wrong. So it would have stood. I'll tell you what, that header by Hinshelwood was really good, actually, because had Van Heck not touched that, if he wasn't there, I think that would have gone in. And I would have been very happy. Come on, Jack. I've been bigging you up for weeks now. You must repay me today. You nearly did there, but come on. Weaver, a good ball, gets taken out by Bentancur, but that's a really good ball, and that's brilliant play. Really good play by Ayari, just goes straight across Basuma. Basuma brings him down, gets a yellow card. Brighton are turning the tempo up here a little bit. Spurs are starting to struggle now. Brighton have started playing half-decent football for the last 5 minutes now, and Spurs are not coping. Basuma in the book. Right, come on then. Gross over the free kick. A wonderful free kick taker. Find Van Heck. Him and Weaver have been going to the back post at corners. Are they going to continue to do the same here? They usually do for these kind of free kicks. Weaver's right at the very back. Hinshelwood's gone alongside him. Van Heck's currently going to make a run. Matoma's there too. It's in towards Welbeck! Oh! Should be 1-0. Should be 1-0. A great ball in. Great header by Danny Welbeck. Well, I say a great header. It was a good connection, but it was too close to keeper. Good save. Comfortable save by Kinski. Maybe should be doing better with that one, Welbeck. That's a big chance. Big chance. 2 big chances for Brighton in the last couple of minutes. 10 minutes till half time. You've got to hope that Brighton can capitalise on the momentum here. Kinski goes long, it goes straight through to the Brighton goalkeeper. Come on now. Brighton have just sucked the jam out of the donut and they're on top. Hinshelwood into Welbeck. They're moving the ball much better now. Hinshelwood, that's a lovely ball. Ayari, he goes down. It's not a penalty for me. He gets a nudge from Van Heck, but it's not enough for a pen. Udogie comes away with it. He goes down. That's a blatant dive. Surely. That's a dive. So they're checking for a pen. It didn't look like it to me. I think there's a push, but I don't think it's a penalty-worthy push. Let's have a look. Nah, it's not a pen for me. Nah. As much as I want Brighton to win, that ain't a pen for me. I actually thought the person that just won the free kick, Udogie, I thought he just dived on the edge of his box, and I think the referees fell for it. Not a pen for me. Anyway, play is resumed. 9 minutes to go until half-time plus stoppage time. Van Heck nicks off Solanke, and it goes to Kakeoglu. Van Heck on the ball now. Hinshelwood out on that right side where Minte gets it. Well, that's a lovely ball by Hinshelwood. If Minte can get there, I think against most centre-backs he would have, but not Van Heck. Really good play by the Spurs defender. Ayari gives Simmons a nudge, and he's going to get a booking. Oh, no, it was Weaver, sorry, not Ayari. It was Weaver. That's Weaver in the book. Not a bookable offence, but it's the accumulation. It's the persistent fouling by Weaver. He got warned ages ago. It's not really a booking. That foul's not a booking, but he got told. That's his 3rd booking of the game. I can understand why the ref's giving it. The irony is, I think they're sometimes inconsistent with the persistent fouling yellow cards that they hand out. West Ham, thank you. Very kind, saying thank you, Gio, for doing the watch along. Hope Brighton, and I assume he says win. I'm just going to assume you mean hope Brighton win, and I agree with you. I'll be able to enjoy tomorrow more if Brighton win tonight. It'll just relax me a bit for tomorrow. Whereas if Spurs get something, I draw them not so much, but if certainly if Spurs win, it's going to spoil my weekend a little bit. We've got 3 good games tomorrow, chat. We've got Ipswich Middlesbrough, Merseyside Derby. Well, you've obviously got Forest Burnley if you wish. And then we've got Man City Arsenal. As Weaver, he gets fouled by Xavi on this occasion. He's going to have to be careful, Weaver. He's going to have to be careful. You'd imagine Xavi's going to fancy his chances at running at him now on a yellow card. As Van Heck gives it back to his keeper. He's under pressure. He's got to be careful. Van Heck's got to be careful too. That's poor. Gallagher gives it to Bentancur. Potter wants it, doesn't get it. Xavi's got it. Solanke out in this left wing, just where you want your striker. Xavi now. He puts the cross in. And it's Potter! It's 1-0. That's a big, big goal. That's a massive goal for Spurs. Tottenham are 1-0 up. Pedro Porro with the goal. It's a good ball in. It's a good header. Not the best goalkeeping in the world. He comes for it, but Porro gets there first. Brighton didn't take their chances. And now Spurs are 1-0 up. 5 minutes before the half-time whistle. Huge goal for Spurs. Worst thing is, there's not even like a potential VAR check. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. That's a good goal. Lovely ball in by Xavi. Fine header by Porto. Poor goalkeeping. He just doesn't know Porto's coming, does he? The keeper. He just does not know. This is not what we need. We need a reaction. We need a reaction from Brighton, and a quick one too. Anyway, back to chatting away. Solanke does well. He's done really well. It's 3-on-2 for Spurs. He finds Xavi. Cuts about Xavi! It's off the post. Porto! Over the bar! Bloody hell. Should be 2. Should be 2. Looks like it was a save from Porto. Should have made it 2-0 there. Really good opportunity for Xavi. Does a difficult part, really. Getting onto his right foot, and it comes off the post. And it falls to Porto, and his shot's tipped over the bar. Brighton are going to have to be careful here. Anyway, corner kick to Spurs. Porto to take. Punched away this time by the keeper. Mitoma brings it down, but Xavi picks it up and Mitoma crashes into him. Bloody Brighton. The two teams I don't like trusting, Brighton and Fulham. I do not like trusting them. Anyway, throw into Brighton. 2.5 minutes of normal time to go until half time. Welbeck heads it on. Hinshelwood flicks it on. Mitoma up against Danso. Porto gets back, gets a tackle in. And it falls to Mwane. Spurs have got their tail up. Brighton should have taken the lead, didn't. Spurs went down the other end and took their chance. And now they've got their tail up as Minte's back defending here. I don't know where Weaver is. And Udogie's on the ball, but over hits it, and Van Heck intercepts it. Throw into Spurs. They're the ones going for it. They're trying to make it 2. And so they should be. They've got momentum now. Been quite an open game. From the start, really. Solanke concedes a foul. Commits a foul, rather, on Van Heck, and he's going to get a talking to by the referee. Probably for his reaction more than anything else. Anyway, free kick to Brighton just inside their own half. Ayari gives it to Buscagli, back to Ayari, into Pascal Gross and back, out to Van Heck. As we're close to the stoppage time, there will be a good few minutes added on due to the injury of Gomez. And it's a throw in to Spurs, and the board is going up with a fourth official now. Confirmation that we have 5 minutes of stoppage here at the end of the first half, and we're now into that stoppage time. Spurs 1, Brighton 0. Van de Ven on the ball at the minute, under pressure from Pascal Gross of all people, but he's done well to use his strength to get out of it. He's done really well, Van de Ven. Gives it to Solanke, puts out to Udogie, he's miles offside and can't do anything. And it's a throw into Brighton. Excellent play there by the Spurs centre-back. Darren Rutter is on the bench. For anyone wanting to know who is on the bench, if you have a look at the screen, there's a blue bar just scrolling along the bottom there, and that contains the bench for both teams. But just to confirm, Rutter is on the bench. Tell you what, he doesn't have to get lucky there, Van der Ven, with that Hinshelwood header. Kicks it off the post, it hits him on the arse and bounces along the line. Bit scrappy at the minute. As Dan still gives it to Udogie up against Minty. Puts it down that line. Bentancur does well though, but Brighton win it back. Buscagli nudges Xavi. No doubt he's going to start whinging about that and all. He's been whinging about everything Xavi has. Must be his time of the month. Out to Pascal Gross. Where's Hinshelwood? And it comes towards Welbeck. Headed away. Caglioglu knocks it down. Ayari on the ball. Where's my boy Jack? Come on, Pascal. Find him. And it goes from Gross. Oh, what's a goal! What a goal by Mitoma. That is a fantastic strike. The cross comes in from Pascal Gross. It's deep towards the back post. Mitoma on the volley with the inside of his left foot. He does the action of a pass, but he gets so much power on it. Flies past Kinski. An absolute fantastic connection by Mitoma. A brilliant volley. Spurs 1, Brighton 1. Yes! Come on. We said it, didn't we, chat? We said it. When the injury to Gomez happened, we said that this might be a good sub for Brighton. That's an outstanding finish by Mitoma. Oh, the more I watch it, the more I like it. Sheesh. Anyway, we're back underway. 2 minutes to go, at least. Spurs 1, Brighton 1. Mitoma with the equaliser for the Seagulls. An outstanding finish. Come on, Spurs. Come on, Brighton. You've got to get at them. Spurs will be shaky now. They'll be nervous. Minte on the ball. Out to Weaver. Xavi's close to crying. Good play. Hinshelwood on the ball. Pascal Gross gives out to Mitoma. It's still Mitoma. He's just inside the Spurs box. Cuts it back. It falls to Hinshelwood. He gives it to Weaver. Oh, pissing hell. What's he done that for? It's not a good ball by Hinshelwood. There was almost too many options. It fell to Hinshelwood and he could have taken a shot, but there was options to his right, so he's decided to do that. And his pass wasn't great to Weaver. Too many options. 30 seconds plus whatever else the referee's going to add on. You'd imagine there'll be an extra 30 seconds as there's been a goal in stoppage time. Danny Welbeck gives it to Weaver. Come on, come on. Brighton driving forward. Looks for Hinshelwood, but it's not a great ball. And it's cleared by Porto. Brighton have got momentum. They're finishing the half stronger here. Come on. Oh, I want more stoppage time, referee. Don't you dare blow up now. We're at the 5 minutes, but there's been a goal, so you better add on that extra 30 seconds. Come on, Brighton. Go. Cagliostro on the ball. Pascal Gross now. Stop playing it around. Get a goal. Pascal goes back to Mitoma. Back out on that left-hand side. In goes the cross by Pascal, goes to Hinshelwood. Ah! And that's half time. That's half time. I thought we were going to... I need Hinshelwood to score as well. Thought that was it. Let me just do my logging out and in thing so I can stop the bloody clock and then start clicking on some comments. Anyway, it's half time at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs 1, Brighton 1. Goals from Porto and Mitoma. My God, that's my clock sorted out. Oh, frustrating. Anyway, what you're saying, let me know in the live chat. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me here on Tartan Geo. I am Scottish, hence Tartan. My name is Geo, hence Geo, and I chat nonsense. Please do subscribe if you're new to the channel, and please also do drop a like on the video as well. Right, get your comments into the live chat, and let's get them up on the screen. Dean saying I could watch that volley all day long. That was beautiful. Roll on the second half now. They're back in it. Listen, I will be doing Seagull impressions if Brighton go on to win this. I think I'm quite good at Seagull impression as well, actually. James, let me give you the Brighton team selection. The widget thing ain't working for some reason. It should, the carousel should just rotate. But there you go. The Brighton team is on your screen now until someone asks for the Spurs team. Quite saying, Mitoma scores again. I'm going to consider him a West Ham legend, which is very understandable. Belshire would take a draw. I wouldn't. I'm willing to roll the dice. If it's a draw at full time, fair enough, but I'd gamble. Chris is saying, can you imagine how Spurs feel now? And their supporters, no win in 15, including this one thus far. Jack Mate is saying, get in Mitoma. I'd rather not, but if that's what you're into, Jack, and then you, Mitoma, have fun. Rob is saying Brighton have been horrendous but still managing to stay in it, which says a lot about Spurs. Ryan is nervous but thinks Brighton is going to win. Andy thinks Brighton is going to win. Courtney is saying it's going to be 3-1 Brighton. Ryan is flirting with Jack Mate. So Jack Mate, if you don't get in with Mitoma, Ryan's maybe offering. Paul saying, from your heart, do you really think West Ham will stay up? And my little boy is a happy hammer for the shower. Yes, my head and heart both say Spurs are going down. But I think this weekend's pivotal. At the minute, it's okay, but we've got to go win at Palace. But listen, I'm willing to change my mind. If Spurs win and we get beat, I'm going to probably change my mind and think that Spurs are going to stay up. But for now, right now, today, at halftime, I think Spurs are the team that's going to go down. Chris is saying, hopefully, Brighton will play better second half. Sketch is saying, Brighton starting to get into it. Mitoma's goal was dynamite. Avid saying, Mitoma's goal will kill Spurs' confidence boost from going ahead. The way they came out in the second half will tell us a lot. OK is holding me to impressions of Seagulls. I hope it would include the necessary action to go with the squawks. I don't have the room for my wingspan, I don't think. I could do a one-wing seagull, I suppose. I've got room to my right, not to my left. You can't see it. There's shelves here. Anyway. Daniel saying Spurs seem more deflated losing the goal advantage than before scoring. Absolutely. When they conceded against Sunderland, their heads dropped big time. Mark saying, I'm glad Spurs scored here first as the equaliser hits harder to the spirit. Chris is saying, glad I'm here for commentary, been cooking dinner and struggling to keep up with the game. Makes me nervous. Making me nervous around half an hour though. Yeah, I mean Spurs have had moments in the game. Okay, they've had some good spells. Spurs. Matty's saying I'm biased, but I honestly think Brighton were the better team there. Keep Xavi quiet and we're about to score a pen. Xavi's going to burst into tears in a minute, whinging at everything. Paul, is my seagull impression? No, I'm going to do the noise. I'm going to do this, the calling. Don't know. Seagulls and pigeons are the only birds I've ever tried to do an impression of. And to be fair, actually, I've done parrots before, but then Mrs. Gio don't like it when I do my parrot one because I just say I say. Like you do, don't you? You go, "Quack! Spurs are shit." I say, "Spurs are shit." Quack! And then she'll say to me, "Parrots don't say I say." And I don't know why I've got in my head that they do. Probably cartoons as a kid or something, right? Anyway, there's my parrot. My seagull is not much better than that. Do not get your hopes up. I would like to see Jack do another calendar video. It's one of my favourite videos. Made Jack even more famous and made him rich. Lewis saying Spurs scoring and Brighton equalising is worse than it being the other way round. If that makes sense, the stuffing must really be knocked out of them. Do you know, just randomly, right? He's in the live chat. Jack Mate's been my wingman on 2 occasions. Like, twice now, I met someone and they knew who Jack Mate was because of his videos on YouTube and whatever. And I've got Jack to record a video saying hello to them. And he sent it through to me. And one night we were out having a few drinks and whatever. And Jack just sent me a video just saying hello to this person. And basically saying I'm a prick. But it worked. Jack wingmaned me via WhatsApp. True story. True story. Anyway, right. Christian saying the Wolves fixtures, what's annoying, almost guaranteed points for Spurs next week. Any fixture would be better. Simon reckons we are winning 3-1. And Rob saying if the Seagull impression is like the Paddock one, I'm definitely sticking around. It's only if they win, though. I'm not doing it if... Larry's saying, do a poo on your desk. Listen, I'll do a lot of things for money, but I am not pooping on my desk for money, right? Not even for 50 quid. Marumin saying relegation is written all over Spurs. Paul saying if Arsenal fail to win the title and we stay up, will I do a Gary Lineker and present an episode of Tartan Geo in my boxers? No. Nobody wants to see my moobs, okay? No one wants to see my moobs. Seagull, would you take this result now? No, I wouldn't. I think Brighton can go on and win this. They may also lose, right? But they may also win. But if... let me know in the chat, actually. Let me know. Would you bow out now? This is a question to everyone. Would you take the draw now? Or would you gamble and hope that Brighton go on and win it? How's your confidence, basically? But would you gamble? Would you take the draw now if you could cash out? Danny is saying, I was getting love on the Toffee Blue cast last night. I do not know what you're referring to, Danny. I may require context. Jack wishes there's another calendar to slag off. I'm sure you could find something. I mean, it's probably not your forte, Jack, but the bluey one was pretty crap. I'm not going to lie. And I got it when it was reduced. I only bought it for Grace because it was like between Christmas and New Year, I think. And it was like less than half price. And even then, I still felt mugged off. Absolute crap. But I'm not sure you slagging off a bluey calendar is going to go well. Frank is saying Palace got to rest some players on Monday night. They've got a few knocks in the Conference League. Nothing to play for. Well, they do. prior to the weekend, Frank, they were 5 points off a European spot with a game in hand. So they definitely got something to play for in the league. Vernon is first ever chance to see me live, and he's come on to me pooping on the desk for 50 quid. Listen, I will not be pooping on the desk for 50 quid, right? There is no price that I would poo on the desk for. Can we just... Why is everyone chatting about... Listen, and also, True Geordie doesn't subscribe. If he did, maybe he would join in the super chat. He'd enjoy it. Nick saying no to the draw. Collins, no to the draw. Danny would also gamble. Paul would take the draw. A different Paul would cash out as well. English saying Brighton to win. He wouldn't take the draw. Gilly would take the draw. Terror would also take the draw. Daniel, Brighton till the end. Paul, a different Paul would twist. There's 3 Pauls in the chat. This is confusing. Luckily, they've all got an extension. No one's called Paul full stop. It's just more. Mike is going for the win. Quiz is also gambling as well. Mick is gambling. Rex is gambling. Sketch is gambling. Rob is gambling. Ducat would take the draw. Infinitely would also cash out as well. Irons would gamble. Harry, no, I would not poop on someone else's desk. But I like your technicality query there. I'm fond of picking people up on a technicality. Hummus is saying a draw is good. Just keep Spurs winless at all costs. Rick has said if Spurs win, I will shit on the dog's head. Please do not shit on the dog's head. What's worse is no one's offered you... At least I'm being offered 50 quid to poo on my desk. No one's offering you 50 quid to poop on your dog. Do not shit on your dog's head. Len is saying Brighton to win. Granda Guitar is saying Brighton to score 2 more. I like your name. By the way, this is not a brand deal. I do not have any brand deals on this channel. It's not big enough or good enough. This is from a guitar, Grandad. This here is, I don't mind promoting them because A, they're good, and B, it's for charity. Some of the money goes to charity anyway. The website's called Guitarist, but like guitar wrist with a W. And they do various different guitarists on there, but this wire was used by Noel Gallagher. So I don't know if I don't know why I'm telling you, but just because of your name, you might be interested. They've got various different artists on there, but some of the artists, when they're finished with the guitar strings, they send them to this company, and the company turns them into jewellery, and then they sell them with, I don't know if it's all of the profits or certainly a portion of the profits go to charity. So that's what I got for Christmas from Mrs. Geo at my request. But have a look. Noel Gallagher's used guitar string. That's what that is. So there's some from his rehearsals and there's some from the Oasis tour. But it's not just Oasis. There's loads of artists on there. But that's what I've got. And you've got different colour leather as well. Anyway, there you go. Free plug for Guitarist. But I like it. David saying Palace can get Europe out of Conference League or play for it, possibly miss out on European trophy next season. Bob saying I'm lying. I'd do anything for the right price. Not on camera, I wouldn't. I'd lose my channel. Saying that, my channel barely makes 50 quid a month, so maybe. Arguably, it's a good deal. James is saying if Spurs win, he's steal my pumpkin again. I've moved now. No one's stealing my pumpkin around here. Paul, yeah, I've got I've got a dartboard now. Connor's saying there's an Iron Maiden one of these with claret and blue on the website. Oh, that sounds nice. I'm not an Iron Maiden fan. I'm not anti-Iron Maiden. It's just not my music, that's all. But there you go. Any West Ham fans are into Iron Maiden? There's something there that you might enjoy. Get yourself something. I don't know. You might think, I mean, I'm showing it. I'm going to say a nice bit of kit here. You might think, you know what, that's a bit crap. But I like it. Right then. Kick-off underway in just a minute. Matt, I've been mentioned on the podcast on a couple of occasions. To be fair, he's very kind as Jack. I'll tell you the Mark Noble story, if I'm allowed. I don't see why I couldn't be allowed. Don't know if Jack's still here. He mentioned it on his podcast a little bit, Jack did, so I don't think I'd be exposing him. Jack, can you confirm? I can say why you asked me about Mark Noble's book. You probably fucking forgot, to be fair. Anyway, the teams are coming back out for the second half. De Zerbi's reclining. He's looking calm. Come on, Brighton. Right, let me just move my screen back into position. All right, the second half's going to get underway any second now. Xavi's going to take it. I mean, he's still going on at the referee about something or another. You don't half whinge that man, does he? Jesus. And we're underway again. And Chris, yeah, I know both those bands. The Snuts I've been to see quite a few times now. Love the Snuts. Very, very random story. 8 years ago, before COVID, we were going to be doing an event with the West Ham Way. We were looking at it, doing an event with the West Ham Way in either Glasgow or Edinburgh. We didn't know which city, but we were going to be doing it in one of those. And the Snuts were going to play because no one knew of the Snuts. They had a little following back then, but because they had a little following, they were affordable-ish. And the Snuts were going to play for us. It was all organised with the Snuts management team. If they were available, they were going to play for us. So that's why we were tipping towards. The problem is a couple of ex-West Ham players were looking at our Edinburgh-based, and the Snuts are Glasgow-based, so it was a bit of a tricky one as to which we'd obviously go with the players, but it might have been cheaper to get the players to travel than to get the band to travel, if that makes sense. So we were tipping towards Glasgow. Obviously, a Snuts song as well, but my favourite one is What's Going On. That live is unbelievable. Right, Chris, thank you very much. Brighton have got a free kick in a good area here. Pascal Gross to send this one into the box, and it comes. Van Heck is up, but gets his head on it, but it's comfortably high and wide, and it's a goal kick to Spurs. Chris, I'll give you another band. You may have heard of them, but if not, the K's. I've mentioned them enough times, but just in case you're not into them, I will put you in the direction of the K's. Just 2 letters, KS. Unbelievable band. Anyway, Spurs on the attack here with Solanke out to Xavi up against Reefer. Minte's back helping. I'm nervous all of a sudden. I think I've been all right up until now. Suddenly, I'm really, really nervous. Come on, Brighton. I can take them and leave them, Liam. They're okay. I've seen them a couple of times. Once was at a festival. Cocoon. That's my favourite song from them. Anyway, throw into Brighton. Got a little bit lucky to get that throw in, really, because Welbeck's absolutely clattered into Danso, and I thought the referee would give a free kick, but he hasn't. He signalled for the throw in. And Minty did well to win it off Udogie and just put it across the box, and there was no one really there. No one was really anticipating Minty to get that ball, but Danso done really well to get there before Welbeck. To be fair, I'm looking at the replay, and there's not much contact at all by Welbeck. Initially, I thought he'd walloped him, but the referee's got that right. Weaver with the throw in for Brighton, down in front of their away end. It's taken a minute, but he's finally throwing it to Hinshelwood, who does well to give it to Pascal Gross. Goes back to Minty. He's forced backwards by Xavi, but he's done really well to get away from him. Needs to release the ball a little bit quicker sometimes, though. And it goes all the way out to Pascal Gross out on this right-hand side. Gives it to Minty. It's to Weaver. It cuts it back to Ayari. Blocked by Gallagher. It falls to Mitoma. Also blocked. Cleared away. Brighton with a nice little bit of pressure there. But well defended by Spurs. But 4 minutes in, it's all Brighton so far. As Mitoma comes down this left-hand side. He puts the cross in. Bentancur cuts it out. And it goes out for a corner kick. Terrible goalkeeping. Initially, he kept it in. And then he bundled it out himself by the looks of it. Come on, Brighton. Last time Brighton had a corner over on their left-hand side, Pascal Gross whipped in that delicious delivery, which Kinski had to really deal with. And it was good goalkeeping, but it took good goalkeeping to deal with it. Hopefully, Pascal Gross can whip in another one. Come on. Van Heck and Weaver at that back post once again. Hinshelwood there as well. Welbeck trying to get in there. Spurs sticking to their zonal marking. Brighton are sort of outnumbering them at that back post, and it goes towards there by Pascal Gross for Mitoma, who tried to head it back in, but was well defended by Spurs in the end. An awkward bounce for Kaggioglu under pressure by Xavi, so he just hooks it as far away as he can. But it's actually turned out to be quite good for Brighton, as Gallagher fouls Mitoma, and it's a free kick to Brighton. Come on, Brighton. Mitoma on the ball, gives it to Pascal Gross. I think Gross is having a fantastic, great game so far. He's just everywhere. Just likes pulling out wide because his deliveries are bloody brilliant. Get him out wide, get him on the ball, try and get him into that space, get him into that opportunity to cross it. Mitoma goes down. Oh, he does that stupid thing where he puts his arm over the ball, so he's conceded a free kick there. Well played, referee. I hate when players go down and handle it, so they give them the free kick. I actually like seeing referees penalise stuff like that. But only way we're going to clamp out players going down and putting their hands on the ball is by giving free kicks against them. Similar last week when Everton scored against Brentford, Beto's goal. Keane Lewis-Potter was in his own corner and the ball sort of bounced awkwardly and O'Brien gave him like a brief nudge and Keane Lewis-Potter went down expecting a free kick as the linesman usually give him, but the linesman didn't give it to him and Everton scored. And it was good play by the linesman. We need to see more of it. Being brave, not giving everything as a free kick, as Gallagher just plays it down the right-hand side from Wane, who usually dives. He's up against Mitoma. He's done well on this occasion. Gives it to Porto. Mitoma got an important touch there. Gallagher puts a crap cross in, blocked, and it's a throw into Spurs. There's definitely at least one more card in this game. Absolutely, definitely. There's no way this is finishing 1-1. That's De Zerbi booked 4 times. The fourth officials told him to get back in his area, and he's still coming out his area, so that's him booked. He's very animated. Covers a lot of ground during a game of football, does De Zerbi. Anyway, Danso to take the throw for Spurs. They're going to try a long throw on this occasion. You'd imagine Van Heck's come up for this one. He has, but they haven't found him as Mitoma hooks it away. Minty's going to chase this, actually, and he's going to get there too. Puts a little back heel on it, but there was no one really supporting him. He done well there, Minty. He's unlucky. I think he was trying to maybe play it off the Spurs player and get a throw in, and that's iffy goalkeeping once again by Brighton. Anyway, Van Heck coming forward. Come on, Brighton. Harry, I don't know how I can't be. I have to explain this every week. I'm watching on an iPad. Hence, delay number one. And there's always a delay between me and you. When I speak, you hear it about 20 seconds later. There's always a slight delay, no matter which one you watch, unless someone uses StreamYard, but then you're lacking the quality. But for people that use OBS, there's always going to be a slight delay. But hopefully, next season, at some point, I will purchase a television for the office, and that will eliminate some of the delay. But there will always be a form of lag, and there's not much happening on the pitch. Hence why I'm talking about the lag between me and you. As Kinski goes long, looking for Moani, he's all over Kagaoglu, and he's going to go out for a goal kick to Brighton. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Spurs 1, Brighton 1. Subs happening here for Spurs. A couple of good subs as well, actually. Archie Gray coming on and Tal coming on as well. Buscaglia does really well. Strong defending. Goes long looking for Minty, but Udogie does great to keep his eye on that and keep it in possession. As Bentancur plays out to Danso. You'd imagine he's maybe going to take off Bissouma, who's on a booking, and maybe Moani. Or Gallagher, actually. Maybe take off Gallagher too. I think if I was a Spurs fan, I would want to take off Gallagher, put Xavi in that number 10 role, and put Tell on the left. And also to take off Bissouma. As Gallagher battles his way and goes down, and he's lucky there, Gallagher. He sort of went down and realised it was a bit obvious, so he immediately went, "Oh yeah, I'm not diving. I'm not diving." That's a dive. See, that's a booking, that is. Just because he gets up and apologises doesn't mean it's not a dive. It's just that he knows his dive is that awful. Anyway, Bissouma is the first player to go off for Spurs. And Moani goes off to be replaced by Tal. I think De Zerbi had an opportunity to maybe go a little bit more attacking with that subs. But he's kept Gallagher on, and he's still outside the bloody box. Come on, Brighton. We need a bit of something, don't we? Long ball. Minty heads it on. Udogie brings it down under control. And he puts it down that left-hand side. Come on. I almost dislike how emotional I feel watching this game as Xavi clatters into Ayari, but it's play on, says the referee. Bentancur sweeps out. Throw in to Brighton. Fucking hell. Matt, thank you. Wow. That's... I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Crikey almighty. Brighton keeper's got a pass back and taking a minute. Gallagher's closed him down. It's hit Gallagher and flew out for a goal kick. But Matt, thank you so much. He's for anyone only listening, he's genuinely put in a $200 super chat put towards a TV. I don't know what to say. I feel like I should shit on the desk or something for you, but I don't really want to do that. But thank you. Wow. I feel emotional, Matt. Stop it. But thank you. Genuinely very, very kind. Well, listen, hopefully Brighton can go fucking win the game. And thanks to Brighton and Matt, I would have had a wonderful evening. Matoma's on the ball now on this left-hand side. He goes past Porto. Bentancur does really well. Tell picks it up now. Gross gets stuck in. The referee's letting a lot go. I think the referee's actually done quite well today, dare I say. I can't believe I'm praising a referee, right? But I actually think he's let a lot go. I quite like it. Matoma on the ball now on this left-hand side. Plenty in the box for Brighton, if they can get a cross in here. He goes past Porro, but it's well defended. Great defended by Pedro Porro. Goal kick to Spurs. As we approach the hour mark. Mick, thank you very much for a £2 super chat. Very, very kind of you. Much appreciated. No adverts on the video. Thanks to people like yourself. Someone's gone down for Brighton. I can't work out who it is, but Minte's done really well to get back and tackle Solanke, and he's kept it in. Great play by Minte. Great defensive play by Minte. Not something you don't want to praise a winger too much, but he's done really well to get back there and put that tackle in. Matoma, we're now at the hour mark at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Bentancur barges into Gross. The referee's said, nope, get on with it. And it's a throw into Spurs. And I think the referee's been quite fair. I think the referee's refereeing both games in both situations really fairly. I think he's letting a lot go. I don't mind that. In the first 10 minutes, I feel like he's blown up for everything, but he's been a little bit more lenient in this half. As Porro takes the throw in. Come on, Brighton, for fuck's sake. Gallagher's battling away. Porro's on the ball now, and he goes back to Kinski. We need something from Brighton. A spark, energy, something. Oh, fuck. Here's your doggy. Minte goes in, wins the ball, says the referee. You don't have to get stuck in, Minty. That's 2 or 3 times now. He can be a bit clumsy sometimes, Minty. He does pick up a few bookings, but Van Heck goes down. The referee says, no, play on. Why is the centre-back... Oh, Minty's flew in there. This game, someone's going to get a leg broken in a minute. I'm telling you now, someone's going to go flying in a minute. The referee's letting a lot go, and I think that sometimes encourages someone to just lose their head a little bit. And he's given a free kick to Brighton. And Pascal Gross is querying, saying someone's used their elbow. And Ayari's certainly holding his tooth. Let's have a look at the replay. Nah, I mean, he hits your doggy's elbow, but there's nothing in that. I think he's fortunate to get a free kick, personally. Come on, Brighton, fuck's sake. Van Heck now having an argument with Stuart Atwell. Hey, thank you, you two. Carl, thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. He's putting a £50 super chat for the TV as well. Well, thank you. It means a lot. You don't have to do that, but I don't mind saving up for it. Hinshelwood on the ball, gives it out to Minte. Come on. Come on. He's cutting in. Your doggy does really well. Oh, for fuck's sake. Xavi's on the ball, breaks away Van Heck with a strong tackle. Van der Ven under pressure from Hinshelwood. Finds Solanke, and that's a foul by Van Heck. That was a foul. And also, thank you very much, Ian. May as well get involved in TV Fund. Love from a Leeds fan. Pay it forward. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. Van Heck, you'd imagine, is just getting a bit of a warning from the referee. And it comes, headed away by Danso. I'm having to text Mrs. Gio for a minute. Nothing too important. Throw in for Brighton, right down on their left-hand side, right in the corner flag. Free kick to Brighton in a very dangerous area on the edge of the box here. And a yellow card for Danso. Come on. Thank you, Katie. She said, I'm a Brighton fan today. How did your surgery go, Katie, if you don't mind me asking? I hope you're all good. I hope you're home. I hope you're recovering and you're home. Anyway, thank you for the support. Free kick to Brighton. And we've got a special guest coming here, everyone. Got a special guest. She's come to say good night to her dad before she goes to bed. Are you saying hello to everyone? I know you don't know numbers yet, Grace, but I'm going to put a bit of pressure on you. There's currently 1,258 people watching, expecting you to do something here. Are you going to say hiya? Yeah. Say hiya to Danny Welbeck. Say hiya. Yeah. We need him to score. Yeah. Is he going to score? You've been crying. There's our Bubbles. Bubbles. Right. You going to bed? Night. Give me a kissy. Right, go on then. Go back to Mama. Hopefully Brighton are away to score. Night. Go on, bugger off. You're milking this now. You should have brought the office. Anyway. Free kick. Danny Welbeck's going to whack this one. Here she goes. Welbeck. It's off straight into the wall. .66.5 minutes gone. Still 1-1. Thank you to everyone for saying hello to Grace. It's very kind of you. Bentancur being replaced by Polinia. Tell you what, though. Mrs. Geo don't like Grace come on Hammers chat. Probably because of all the trolls, because of all the abuse I get on Hammers chat. She don't get to come on Hammers chat. Because I'm doing Tartan Geo, I think she's thought, yeah, Grace can come in and say goodnight to you. Coming on Tartan Geo. So she's not allowed on Hammers chat. Grace is banned by Mrs. Geo. Probably because people were asking when her funeral is. I think it's kind of put Lauren off Hammers chat a little bit. Understandably. No one has said on Tartan Geo yet. There's Tells on the attack for Spurs. In goes across. It's not a bad ball. There's just no one there. It goes straight through though. And your doggy picks up on the far side. Gives it to Xavi. Polinia's wanting to get in on the action. It's good play by Spurs. It's Xavi. Good tackle by Van Heck. Xavi again. Good block. Falls for Polinia. Saved. Somehow. And Cagliari clears it. And that's a good opportunity from Spurs. A really good opportunity. Bit lucky there, Brighton. Oh, Polinia hit it, took a deflection and sort of hit Verbruggen. No, he does react, actually. He does get his leg down and save it. Good save. Unlucky from Spurs. Good play. Don't feel like we've seen them attack too much this half. But they've had a couple of chances. Pedro Porro will take the corner on this right-hand side for Spurs. And it comes. Archie Gray fouls Buscaglia, and it's a free kick to Brighton on their penalty spot. Come on, Brighton. I don't think she will. Jilly, I don't think Lauren will come on. She can't put up with the like the trolling, the abuse that you get. She won't cope with it. It's one thing she doesn't get. She doesn't get how I cope with it. But I'm not that arse. But when Grace was born and when people were asking, or I say people, I believe it was one person, but it was a different account every single day. But when someone was asking repeatedly, when Grace was still in hospital at the time, someone was commenting on videos asking when Grace's funeral is and asking if there was a GoFundMe for Grace's funeral and stuff like that. And she's seen them, and it upset her quite a lot. She'll never come on YouTube. I don't blame her at all. I've never tried to persuade her, but she won't ever do it. She's got a lot of, it made her, what's the word? Resent me having this as a job to some extent. She doesn't like me doing this as a job because of stuff like that. But she's aware that, like, 99% of people are really, really nice. Luckily, the 1% of people aren't over here. So the 99% of people are all right. I've genuinely not had much abuse on here. I don't count as abuse when, like, a fan says, "What on earth are you talking about?" That doesn't bother me. But it's when it gets personal. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get back to the game. Spurs. Brighton are going to make a couple of subs. I see Rutter is there. I don't know who the other one is. Number 33. Costulas, I think, is number 9. So who's on the bench? O'Reilly. I think it's O'Reilly. I'm a big fan of O'Reilly. Huge fan. Hinshelwood on the ball. Looks for Welbeck. Poddle. Fuck. Good goalkeeping. It was a nice little ball by Hinshelwood to Welbeck, and Poddle does well to get there first. And he pokes it back to his keeper, and his keeper was away to pick it up, but he pokes it back. So he had to sort of just boot it, Kinski. He had to react really quickly there. He's had a good game, Kinski. He has had a good game. Hinshelwood on the ball. He's had a quiet game, hasn't he? Xavi ducking, weaving, and he goes down. The referee tells him to get up. Look, if he's gone down like that, then you're suggesting he's dived. Should be a booking. Mitoma gives it to Welbeck. Come on, Brighton, get up the fucking pitch here. Less than 20 minutes of normal time to go. Minte taking on Danso. He's past Danso. And the cross is really tame, and it's easily caught by Kinski. The ball's still not gone out, so we've still not got those subs on for Brighton yet. Gallagher on the ball gives me an opportunity to say a quick thank you to people, because you lot are really nice. Ryan, thank you as always, saying treat Grace to a little something. She's gorgeous. Do you know what, Ryan? If you don't mind, I'll buy her some sand. She's got a bluey. We got her a bluey sand and water table. It was only 10 quid at Tesco. Plus we've got 10% off. So we've got her that, but she's got no sand. So, but at nursery she's been playing with textures. So we've got her, so I'll buy her some sand if you don't mind, Ryan. Katie, thank you very much. She's paying for some Grace to have some sweets, and to Ben saying get yourself a flake or a bite-sized TV. Brilliant. I do like a flake, to be fair. Underrated sweet. And Mitchell, thank you. Always like these watch-alongs, something for the shelves. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. The next watch-along will be during the week. There will be a midweek watch-along. We've got Premier League games during the week this week. I can't recall who. Or I don't know who's playing who. Brighton have got a game. I think they might be playing Chelsea. Leeds have got a game. I want to say they're playing Bournemouth. Bournemouth and Chelsea have got games. Manchester City are playing someone. Can't recall who. Anyway, Brighton are making a couple of subs, maybe 3 subs actually. Looks like there's maybe a third one. Here you go. Ian saying Leeds are playing Bournemouth. But I don't know what game. I'll put up a poll. Noel saying Man City are playing Burnley. I'll put up a poll Sunday night and just pick. And the most popular one I'll do a watch along for. Hinshelwood, Welbeck, Matoma off. O'Reilly, Rutter and DeCupier are coming on. Matoma must have a knock to go off. So DeCupier coming on. Likely to be at left back, which will push Kaggioglu forward. Rutter looks like he'll go up front, or O'Reilly in that sort of number 10 role. Spurs also making a couple of subs. Spence and Bergvall ready to come on. Is this Spurs' third stoppage? Therefore, no James Maddison. Am I right in saying that? Are Spurs now done subs? Their last subs. Gallagher looks a bit pissed off to be going off. Don't know why. He's not been very good. Yeah. Right, so this is Spurs' 4th and 5th sub. So no Maddison today. As Gallagher goes off. As does someone else. Bergvall and Spence. Udogie has gone off. So Spence will go on at left back. And Bergvall into that central midfield position. Good player, Bergvall. I'm a fan. And Van Hex on the ball. He's under pressure here. Bergvall's nicked it off him. Gives it to Xavi. It's Xavi! Oh, for fuck's sake. That's a great goal. Two 2-1 Spurs. Great goal. Absolutely fantastic goal. Stunning goal by Xavi. Who's away to get a book in for his troubles with his celebration, taking his shirt off and jumping in the crowd. Big mistake by Van Heck. Bergvall taking it off him, but make no mistake about it, Xavi had a lot to do. That's a fantastic goal. The more I see it, the more impressive it gets. Stunning strike. Fuck. Piss. Gonna need Brighton to do something in the last 15-20 minutes here. Ah, no. Fucking Brighton, honestly. One of the most untrustworthy teams there is. Just over 10 minutes of normal time to go. Spurs 2, Brighton 1. Fantastic goal, but an important goal as well. One that sees West Ham drop back into the relegation zone. I understand why people would have taken that draw. Those that said they would have taken a draw at half-time, I think you may be proving correct here. Can't believe I've got a route for Brighton to come from a goal down to win with 10 minutes to go, and route for Burnley to beat Nottingham Forest tomorrow. These are grim scenes. I fucking hate relegation battles, honestly. They just emotionally drag you, don't they? They absolutely ruin you emotionally. Pardo will take the corner for Spurs, cuts it back to Xavi. A goal and assist from him. I do not feel good right now. I do not feel good. Bergvall with a long throw. Headed away. Obviously, the thing is, it's still in our hands. We win against Palace. We're back above Spurs, but it's a severe amount of pressure on us to win that game now. Huge pressure. I felt really nervous for this game. I've not really been feeling nervous for our game against Crystal Palace, but I'm now feeling very nervous ahead of our game on Monday night. It's literally just switched over. Fuck's sake, Brighton. They can get European football. Bloody Van Heck. Do you know what this reminds me of? Although obviously the outcome's completely different, right? Reminds me of Tevez against Spurs. Maybe it's just because of the celebration, but come on, Brighton. They've got about 10, 11, 12 minutes to go, including stoppage time. They're going to have to throw everything forward here and really test this Spurs defence. Minte on the ball, he's cutting in goes the cross into Kostulas, but Kinski does really well. Kostulas clattered into him and the referee's given a free kick. Anyway, they're wanting a sub for Xavi, but there's no subs left. So Archie Gray is signalling that they need to take Xavi off, but they've used all 5 subs. So he's not going off. So he's either going to have to play injured or play with 10 men. He's just going to have to get on with it, isn't he? You can see Spurs are just going to time waste as much as they can here. Understandably so too. They've got to look after themselves. Kinski's going to take all the time in the world over these free kicks and goal kicks now. Van Heck on the ball. Gives it into Rutter. Van Heck ends up scrapping with Solanke. Boscagli gives it to Kostulas. Brings it down well. Nice little play there. Rutter. Minte. Crosses it towards Kostulas, but it's headed away. Only as far as Van Heck. Puts out to the right-hand side to Minte. Xavi's still down, but the referee's playing on, understandably so. And it comes from Minte, but it's a bad cross. And it's a goal kick to Spurs. Xavi wanting the physio on. He's really struggling, to be fair. He does actually look like he's maybe in pain with his cramp here. But either get him off the pitch or get on with it, right? You can't... How many times are you going to let the physio come on to see him? I know the physio's not been on yet, right? But the physio's going to come on now. He's not just going to start running around for the next 10 minutes, is he? He's going to continue to get cramp and struggle. It's going to run the club down, I will say that. He's doing the right thing here, Xavi. It's completely killed this game. He's going to go off, then he'll come back on, then he's probably going to go down again. No subs left, so he's going to have to just get on with it. But he knows what he's doing. He's a hero of today for Spurs, an assist and a goal. Just got to hope the referee adds adequate time on, as Kinski will take this. Goal kick. Brighton have got to go for it now. Just 90 seconds of normal time to go. Kostulas and Rutter linking up well. Giving it out to Minty on this left-hand side. In goes across towards the back post. And they've got muddled up, the two of them. They got in each other's way, the two Brighton players. Xavi looks for Tell. Couldn't find him. Well intercepted by De Coupier. Minty Puts the cross in. Cleared away by Archie Gray. And I think we're going to see a lot of this for the next 10 minutes or so. Pascal Gross on the ball at the minute. Gives it to Van Heck. Need to get him in the box, really. It's going to be cross after cross. You might as well get Van Heck in there. Xavi's on the ball. Suddenly he's recovered okay. Gives it to Tal. There's nowhere for him to really play it, so he's just got to try and keep a hold of the thing. And he's done really well, in fairness, to find Polina. And he goes back to Van de Ven, and that's exactly what Spurs need. Xavi's just still limping around. Kinski goes long. I have to say I've been impressed / disappointed, depending how you want to look at it, by the attitude of Spurs players in this second half. I think they've been good. The attitude from the players have been good. Played well in spells today, Spurs. But just getting the win is huge for them. A blow for the rest of us, but massive for them. Goes out to this left-hand side with Minte, up against Pedro Porro. He's got to make this cross count. He goes back to the Cupier. He sends it in. Caglioglu heads it back in. It's bouncing around in that box, but Kinski gets his hands on it. This would be a huge win for them, putting them 16th above West Ham and Nottingham Forest with Wolves next weekend. It's Tell. Well saved. Offside flag went up anyway. I want the most controversial ever equaliser here. If I'm allowed to be picky, that's what I would like. A really controversial equaliser. That obviously stands. Costulas on the ball at the minute. He just goes back. Come on, Brighton, for fuck's sake. Sends it towards Van Heck. Goes up with Kinski, and the Spurs keeper gets a hold of it. Good goalkeeping there. He's had a good game, Kinski. I think he's had a really good game in goal. Xavi will win man of the match, but I think he's been just as important. Not any top saves as such, but his handling for crosses and stuff I think has been really good. Caglioglu gives it to Rutter on this right-hand side. Brighton come again. Van Heck staying forward for Brighton now. Come on, Rutter. Do it for Leeds. Out to Minte on this left. Come on. Good cross. And it goes. It's back. Caglioglu. Ah! Oh! Set the side netting. Hit the side netting. Big opportunity. Minte put a cross in. Someone got a flick on him. Fell to Caglioglu at the very back. He tries to do a bit of a Matoma, just side foot it. But it hit the side netting. It's quite a bad miss, really. It was comfortably wide. Then Bruno got dragged out the dugout by De Zerbi to get something sorted. Probably the defending, to be fair. I mean, that's a really bad header by Minte, but Buscagli sorts it out, goes back to his keeper. Oh, come on, Brighton, for fuck's sake. Please. Spence is battling away. Booted down the middle of the pitch. 4 minutes to go. I don't like this. Minte gives it back to De Coopier. Puts it over the top for Minte down this left. Please, just do a good cross. It's not a great one. Van Heck does really well, though. It's Van Heck. He cuts it back. It's Rutter! Yes! 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 2-2! Come on! Danso's in bits. He's in bits. He's giving the ball away. Van Heck's made amends. Former Leeds United player. Xavi's close to tears. Danso's close to tears. Come on! I'll take a draw now. Anyone that offer me a draw at half time, I'll take it. But Brighton will fancy the Spurs, or we get tested here. They've got 3 minutes, and Brighton are going to fancy this. Come on, Brighton. Yes, come on. Here they go. They're going again. Come on. Come on. 2.5 minutes to go. Can Brighton or Spurs get a winner? Hopefully Brighton can. And it comes towards Minty at the back post. Headed behind by Tell. Come on, Brighton. 2 minutes to get a winner. Come on. Come on, Brighton. To only draw this game. I mean, a point's not a bad result in the way, but it's the context. Conceding a last-minute equaliser stings. It absolutely stings. They're not going to like this. That's the type of thing that can really just give you a sucker punch. In comes the corners. Brighton trying to get that winner. It's Kinski punches it away. Xavi picks it up. Easily tackled. He's dead. He's won a free kick there. He's got very lucky. Xavi's got very, very lucky. He's absolutely rinsed. Van Heck does really well. Good assist. Good cut back. Great finish by Rutter. Come on. 90 seconds. Come on, Brighton. Just don't lose, but please go get that fucking win. Come on. Caglioglu and Spence battle it out. He gives it to Bergval. Van Heck just absolutely goes through him and puts it into Rosed. Come on. 1 minute to go. I don't want Spurs winning this. Do not let Spurs get... If Spurs win this, I think I might actually cry. Dancer takes a throw. He ends up going short. Xavi's on it, who couldn't walk, is suddenly able to start playing football again. Pardo gives it out to Archie Gray. He's under pressure. He's got a couple of Brighton players around him. He's done really well. He's done really well, but he does eventually lose out. Because Stulas on the ball. Just don't fuck up. Don't play it around like, what you doing? Bergval. It's still Bergval. Gray. Oh, fuck. Saved. Saved. That might be it. Come on. Caglioglu blocked. Throw it to Brighton. The 8 minutes are up. Come on, Brighton. Is there time? I mean, they scored and stopped. No, it's over. Full time. Piss. Kind of good, kind of bad, right? But we need to win now. West Ham need to win now. And if we can, we'll go 4 points ahead of them. We'll take that. It's up to West Ham. It's up to us now. They're in the bottom three. And Nottingham Forest and West Ham have got a game in hand. Let me just stop my clock, and then I'll have a quick chat before I just head off. Ironix, thank you very much for super chat, £2 super chat, saying my 2-2s. Look, he's been saying 2-all day. Ironix has. He has been saying that. Listen, before I head off, right, I just want to say a couple of things. I'll talk about the game in a minute, but I'll do a summarise of a game in a minute. Before I do, I just want to say a massive thank you for the support. Mark, Carl, everyone in the chat. It's been incredible. Thank you so much. Generally, it makes me emotional. I'm going to go down and tell Mrs. Gio, and so I always get a little bit worked up. But in regards to the game, before we go, I had this lined up in case Brighton took the lead. It didn't. I had it ready. I didn't get to use it during the game, but I want to use it at the end, and I'll take that. Because it keeps them below us, and that if a 2-2 draw is a 2-2 draw, you both get a point, etc., etc. Everything remains the same. But it's the context of the game. It's the context of the game. The fact that they've conceded a last-minute equaliser. They thought they'd won that. Xavi Simons was in the crowd celebrating. They thought they'd won it. So to concede a late equaliser like that is a blow. That really does hurt you. You could see the Spurs players' faces. Danso looked upset. Xavi looked upset. That's going to be damaging. They've got a big game next week against Wolves. I still think Spurs will win. But West Ham and Nottingham Forest tomorrow have a massive opportunity to really chuck them deeper in trouble here. It's up to us now. Brighton have done us a favour. It's up to West Ham now. It's up to Nottingham Forest now to go and get the wins tomorrow and Monday respectively. Anyway, I'm okay with that. I feel okay with that. I was hoping for a win. I was expecting a win. I was optimistic of a Brighton win. Not to be. But Brighton weren't great today, and they've still got a point against them. That's damaging. Miles, thank you so much. Massive thank you. Thank you very much. Right, I'm going to disappear. Thank you very much. I will be back on this channel Monday morning, and then I'll be doing a watch-along during the week as well. A huge thank you, and I appreciate you joining me. I will catch you in a bit.